What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwan, and I am back with another episode of Divorce Sisters Season 1, Episode 4, Line in the Sand. Before I start, y'all make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Y'all make sure y'all liking the videos so I can kind of stay in the algorithm of things. That would be great, great, great. Also, this Sunday, 7:30, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, I will be on the Black Girls Den podcast reviewing both Family and Fiance and Divorce Sisters. We will be live. We live, y'all. We will be live discussing both shows. So be there or be square, or don't beat me there. No, don't meet me there. Beat me there. Anyway, I want to tell y'all that I did drop the link in my community wall, so y'all go ahead, click that notification so you can be updated, and also y'all go around there and subscribe to her channel, y'all. She got some good content, so this is what we gonna do. All right, I will see y'all Sunday at 7:30, 8:30 Central, no, Eastern. I'm sorry, y'all know I'm in Central Time. Okay. Anyway, so Divorce Sisters. So y'all know we was already at this doggone church banquet. Vaughn done cut up last week. Naomi came in there about to cut up. Okay. So the episode picks back up with Naomi showing up. She drunk as hell. Okay. She's sitting, she was like, y'all not gonna let me sit with y'all. So they moved over so they can make room for her. So Naomi acting a foolio because she done had that Don Julio. You understand? I'm sorry, y'all. So the way Franklin trifling is was looking at her like, y'all. It was like he looked at this lady with so much hate, as if she doesn't have a reason to be. Now, I will say this, the way she's acting out, I can't tell somebody how to act out, but you also can't do something to somebody and expect them to always be okay with your foolishness. But, sir, you cheated on your wife and had a baby and went on to be with the white girl. Okay? Like, excuse me if I got to crash out. Okay? I don't condone crashing out, but I'm just saying, excuse me if I have to crash out. So, Pastor Jeff, pissed me off. He want Naomi. He tells Rashida, whisper to her to tell Naomi to leave because she embarrassing herself. And I was like, sir, you are the embarrassment. Okay? You are the weakest link. Goodbye. So, Naomi asked Tiffany if her and Javon are dating because she's never met Javon before. Immediately, Geneva says no. And I'm just like, Geneva, tell us you didn't sleep with this man without you telling us you didn't sleep with this man. Like, William, land, sir, come on. But something tells me that William knows something. You too smart of a man to act like you don't know. But I'm just gonna go ahead for the duration of the season and let William play the aggrieved husband. Okay? That's what we gonna do. We gonna let him play the good husband. Fine. So Javon asked Naomi if she was a member of this church. Jefferson starts to laugh. Sir, like, this lady drunk. And you really sitting here trying to antagonize this. You're trying to antagonize the piss out of this lady so you can get a action and a reaction and a rise out of her. So you can say, I told y'all she was crazy. Okay? That's just gonna let that there. So Javon, he sees everything for what it is. He catching on the bullshit. Cause Javon been on bullshit. Okay, you went over here sleeping with your friend's wife. Okay, 5 years ago. Okay, so Javon tries to defuse the situation, and he asks Naomi, hey, listen, I'm not a professional photographer, but you have, I want you to model. I can take pictures of you, yada yada yada. He shows the pictures in her phone. Now, was it me, or did y'all think like she had that phone like the wrong way? She twisted it. Y'all, I thought some type of picture of him in Geneva was gonna come up, but it didn't. I don't know why I think like that. I just do. Sometimes you gotta think like Tyler would think. Okay, so and we paint. There is a painting, and y'all, that painting was absolutely beautiful. Jefferson auctions off Naomi's painting, and he gets on the podium, talks about Naomi, insults her in front of all of the people, and then he decided he wanted to flaunt his wife in front of the room, talking about, this is my beautiful wife, stand up. Meanwhile, downplaying the relationship that he was in with Naomi. Talking about she was this and she was such a bad person. She's not a good person. And I was just like, are you serious? Like, this what we doing? Again, the whole time, Pastor Jeff is allowing this. Not one time did you tell Myron to go up there and get him. But because you're trying to get this money from this man, you'll allow all of this to happen. You'll allow all of this to happen in the name of Jesus. And that's why you ain't shit. Okay. Pissed me off. So we find out that the painting is really near and dear to Naomi. Her brother drew the painting, but her brother was also on drugs, and he passed away from a drug overdose, which Franklin Raggedy Ass decided to share that in front of a group of people that didn't need to know any of this. And while he did that, he downplayed the brother and was like, I never liked him anyway. Well, sir, I can bet that nobody ever liked you. Like, he's just one of those men. And Franklin is the type of man that I don't like. Anyway, so the people are bidding on the painting. And he said, we can start the bidding off at $5. And so somebody says 10. And so the lady was like, we got 10. Can we get 20? So he was like, no, leave it on 10. And so Tiffany was like, $5,000. I mean, I'm sorry. Did she say five? Yeah, she said $5,000. Or was it? Yes. So it went up 20,000, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000. So then Franklin Raggedy Ass decided to dig in Naomi even more, buy back the painting for $5 million. And so he asked, he was like, you can bid on this painting if you want this painting so bad, if it's so near and dear to you, then you can buy it for $37 million, because y'all know that's what she got in that settlement. And he's also mad because Naomi, oh no, that's in the next part. So at this point, Naomi is hot. So he buys the painting for $5 million. You really don't want it. You don't want her to have it because you're pissed off because A, she got that $37 million settlement that you felt like she didn't deserve, but she got it and she wanted it. It is what it is. And you feel like she turned your kid against you, which he will say later on. Anyway, I know I got ahead of myself. So she gets up. She was like, let me just go. Y'all know she was not going nowhere without a splash. Okay. So she gets up, grab her things, and she takes that hot coffee that she asked for, really, really hot. Now, I didn't know if I was thinking that she had already knew that she was going to throw that damn coffee on that lady and them. So she tossed the coffee. It went on her back. Now, not only was Franklin being antagonized, and so was his wife. He gave his wife access to antagonize the mother of his child, to antagonize his ex-wife. So she threw the coffee on them. It actually got on Pastor Jeff, but for me, and then he had on a suit, so it got on all of the, because they turned their back on Naomi, and so that's how the coffee was able to get more on his wife's back, and I forgot her name. Anyway, Myron is really checking on his pastor. Myron, are you in, because I feel like Myron is in love with his pastor. I do. Or something happened, or he did something strange for a little change for his pastor, or he just really in love with his pastor, because the way you jump heaven and earth for this man, and you wouldn't even jump heaven and earth like that for your wife, that's a problem. That's a whole problem. So everybody goes into the back. Rashida has already been arrested. I'm sorry, not Rashida. Naomi has already been arrested. So Rashida and everybody else is all in the back in that back waiting room or whatever that was. So Rashida wants to go check on Naomi, and Jeff tells her, "You want to go check on her? We need to go to the hospital and check on Franklin and his wife, who had hot coffee doused on her." Let's start from the beginning. Why did she have hot coffee doused on her? Now hold up, I will say this. Naomi did come in there on one, okay? But Franklin kept pop, pop, pop. Like, so she got mad. I'm sorry, it was wrong though. It's something I wouldn't have did. I don't even approve. But he was like, we need to be at the church. Like, he really, again, take his feet and he put it in his lady's neck. Like, we need to go here. We need to go to the hospital and check on him and his wife. The only reason you want to go check on him is because he just auctioned $5 million for you so you can get your church. So by any means necessary. So Rashida wants to call a judge to do a favor for her. He then tells her no. So I would like to think that Franklin and Franklin and Pastor Jeff have been having some sidebar conversations about this friendship between Naomi and Rashida, because he's just so gung-ho about Rashida not being friends with Naomi anymore because she's so ratchet. Anyway, Myron quickly says, well, I want to drop the pastor off. I'm going to drop the pastor off home. In a way, Rashida looked like, nigga, your wife over there, and you want to drop my husband off? No, you take your wife home, and me and my husband going to go to the hospital. How about that? You would not get no alone time with my husband. Okay, you want some alone time, go get it with your wife, or go sit your ass on the mountain or something and pray. Okay? Sorry. Anyway, Bridget is taking William home because Geneva decided to go. She was like, I'll go to the police station and go be with Naomi. So immediately Javon was like, well, I come, want to be Captain Save a Ho, William. But again, something tells me that William knows. He knows about this. Okay? Anyway, so as Javon offers, Geneva hurry ups and says no. Meanwhile, Rashida's face has turned sour. Ma'am, I need you to not turn sour in this situation. You need to have this for your husband. Okay? Your face need to be sour for your husband. And so immediately, Tiffany decides, hey, I want to tag along. So Tiffany is tagging along with Geneva and Javon. Now, Geneva's attitude was really pissy towards Tiffany and towards Javon, because you keep trying to convince yourself and everybody else around you that you still don't have a thing for this man, when in fact you do. You're mad because he's with Tiffany. You're mad because he came back, and you're mad and you're taking this shit out on William, and that's not fair. Okay? So anyway, Bridget and William, they talk about the situation. William was like, listen, I know Franklin, but that ain't my boy like that. All right? So she tells William, hey, I love how you love my friend. And y'all, when I tell y'all to have friends like that, family, people who, and not that it matters, but the fact that you have a support system, people that support and champion your relationship is what it is. Okay. So William then said if Javon and Tiffany don't work out, then you can go ahead and sign up for old Javon. Okay. Because it's like, I just kind of feel like, why you trying to pimp this man out? Like, that's what give me even more pause. You keep trying to assign her friends to Javon. You know something. Anyway, cause let me see. Bridget was talking about Bond, and she was like, ugh, man, you ain't ready to leave what that YN is doing, okay? That YN is you down, okay? Let's just call the thing a thing, and that's all it is until you get tired of it. Anyway, so Geneva sits in the car acting like somebody stole her Snicker, okay? She's sitting there with a whole attitude like, baby, why'd you boot it up? Why's your mouth booted and tooted and suited? Okay? You in love with this man. You can't tell them. You can't even tell your husband. And you mad because he about to start seeing this lady behind you, about to start seeing your friend, that you had not disclosed this information to your friend too. You ain't shit, Geneva. You ain't. I like you, Kadeen, but you ain't shit. Anyway, so, Javon was telling Tiffany how good of pictures that Geneva takes. And I'm just like, Tiffany, baby, I need you to land too, because you don't see how that's coming off. Like, you don't see him flirting with her and him, it's just messy. This is messy. I didn't realize that he was a lawyer, but I guess I didn't put two and two together. So Geneva, as they're talking about how Geneva looks in the pictures, Tiffany was like, well, I want to see. She was like, I lost them. I don't want to talk about this. Ma'am, Tiffany, if you don't pop Geneva at the top of her, I'm always in some sort of way violent in some of these videos. I'm going to work on that, okay? I got a therapy session with my therapist on Monday, okay? Anyway, Tiffany, pop Geneva at the top of her head so she can come to her senses. Like, ma'am, okay? This is ghetto. So, in the car, with Rashida and Franklin in the car, headed to the hospital. The way I would have told my husband, if you don't go directly to hell where you gonna bust hell wide open and suggest I go see this nigga and his wife after they antagonize my friend, you got me up in the name of Jesus. You understand? Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. The Lord loved me, okay? He loved me, all right? I say this all the time. I know the Lord has a sense of humor because he created me. He know me. He know how I was gonna be. So don't take offense to all this stuff I say. I say whatever's at the top of my head. I'm a Sagittarius. Of course I'm gonna say what's at the top of my head, okay? Sorry, y'all. So anyway, he asked, oh wait, did I skip a whole? Oh, okay, so okay, yes. Sorry, y'all. So she in the passenger seat, she got tears coming out her eye, and not because of the situation, but because she saw that now she think it's not the women I have to worry about, it's these men, it's these niggas I gotta worry about with my man, okay? And so he was like, you crying? And and so she was like, listen, I noticed how Myron was looking at you and how he was so, I take you to the hospital, just want to be Captain Save a Pastor, okay? Rashida tells him, like, listen, you want to be everything to everybody, but your family is falling apart. um Jeff, she tells Jeff, well, I hope you praying for me. And he was like, I do, as if it almost came off for me, y'all. It almost came off like I'm praying for you because you need it. Unlike me, I don't need it. Like, that is how Pastor Jeff is. He doesn't see his fault. He doesn't see that he's wrong in some way because somehow he's the pastor. So that, like, eliminates him from any and everything that's happening. I'm the pastor, so me and God good. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm just a man preaching the gospel. Like, if that makes sense, okay? So she tells him that your family is falling apart, and also that your son is disrespectful. He's smoking weed. He's hanging out with, the people who smoke weed. First of all, listen, I don't smoke weed, but I will say this. The people say ain't nothing wrong with weed because it come from the earth, okay? It's the stuff they putting in this weed, which is probably why I don't smoke it. All the stuff I had heard that they put in all of that, yeah, no ma'am, y'all can have that. I don't smoke cigarettes, cigars, weed, nothing, okay? My lungs love me, okay? Now, when it comes to that lick, okay, I don't drink liquor all the time, but I come to that lick on occasions, okay? They got free lick. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Back. Anyway, Jeff says he don't know how to please her. I don't know how to make you happy. She was like, basically, I just need you to show up. I need you to not act like, because that's all they've been doing. I need you to show up. I need you to be present. That's all she's been asking. I need you to sleep with me, not once every couple months. So she said, you didn't even tell me that Franklin was coming. He then says that Franklin decided to come at the last minute. And I want to believe him. I do, because looking at Franklin seemed like he the type of hoist that, that do stuff for shock value. Just like he did at that banquet. It was for shock value. It was to piss this lady off. So Jeff tells Rashida, like, I don't want you hanging around Naomi. I don't want her around us. I don't want her around you. I don't like her. She tried to, mess up our wedding. You remember that. And he thinks that she's ratchet. And she is. But I think when it comes down to it, Naomi is probably that friend. But I think right now, Naomi is only seeing what she have going on. As a matter of fact, where is Hakeem? Okay? Next episode, I need to see Hakeem on screen. Y'all know Bolo is my baby Didi. Okay? And I need to see him on screen. Okay? But you know what? That's alright. All the Queen's Men come back on. I will be reviewing this upcoming season as well. And if you did not watch my review for All the Queen's Men, it's down there somewhere in the playlist. Anyway, so Jefferson tells her, hey, the fighting is isn't supposed to be a part of the marriage. And she was like, I just really want you to show up. And it's like, you're not seeing the part that you are lacking. Like, you are really lacking as a husband and as a father. And for people who are in those leadership roles, that are in those pastoral roles, sometimes you feel like you owe your congregation or your parishioners more than what you owe your family. And your family comes first. Like, I'm sorry. You have people in place to take care of certain things. And I know sometimes some pastors, bishops, whatever, pastors, bishops, ministers, whatever, all whatever, cater more to their, depending on what church you go to, okay? Potter's house. I'm just playing. But depending on what church you go to, cater to more of their high earning, high, tithing, offering type people. I'm just saying, like, don't shoot me, okay? Anyway, but he says that this isn't what marriage is supposed to be about. I think sometimes Jeff feels like marriage is just supposed to be where he shows up how he want to show up, and the whole time Rashida has to show up as the wife, as the first lady. She has to take care of everything in the home. She has to take care of the kids. She has to manage the church and all of that, and not say anything and not be vocal, just be seen and not heard. And I think that's what Jeff wants. Anyway, so William makes it home. He calls Geneva, checks on her. She has this nasty attitude with William. She's on the phone with him, and he's asking about Naomi and Javon and Tiffany. And he was like, are they hitting it off? And it's almost like he's really antagonizing her. I'm sorry, y'all. And so she was like, yeah. And it's like, oh, okay. So he was like, well, I remember, he was, telling a story about how good she looked and all of that. Now, the whole time, she not even listening because she over here in these people business. And she get mad. And she was like, well, I got to go. I'm going to call you back. Didn't tell the man she loved him or nothing. Just hung up the phone like, girl, this is eating you up in the inside and the outside. Okay? Anyway, Bridget comes home to find Vaughn on the damn game. He tried to sweet talk the lady out of her panties. Okay? He gave her some flowers. He was like, sniff them. What am I smelling? The plastic? He took the flowers from somewhere in her house, gave her back the flowers, and then he had the nerve to tell him, well, I'm going to let you go run me some bath water so you can show me how much you love me. Baby, when I tell y'all Vaughn is a bum, like I ain't never seen it before. He is a breadcrumb, bare minimum is nil. Okay? Anyway, Franklin, we get over to the hospital because they would have been, the fact that Franklin didn't have a bed next to his damn wife, because he would have been hooked up on every tube and ventilator after I was finished with him. And while you at it, we'll make some space for Pastor Jeff and Myron. I'm sorry, y'all. So Franklin said his wife, Franklin was telling us that his raggedy, whack ass wife have third degree burns. Jeff apologizes to Franklin. Franklin then proceeds to call Naomi a biatch and said that she has made life for him hell. And, she's, for me, you trying to make life hell for me and mine. Rashida tell him the games that they both are playing is not helping. She tells Franklin how important that painting was to Naomi. Like, why would you do that? And so Franklin calls Rashida. He tells Jeff, you better get your and Jeff didn't he didn't tell Franklin, because Franklin got that money. He want that money. So you just gonna let this disrespect your wife. Because before the word maybe even tried to fling out of his mouth, as my man, you need to be getting him a room ready. Okay? You need to beat the brakes off of him. Okay? So, Jeff, at this moment, he tries to silence Rashida. And so, I just feel like Franklin is a piece of work. And, Jeff was like, well, let's just go in there and pray for Lindsay. Her name is Lindsay, y'all forgot. And so, Franklin was like, you can come in, but she can't come in. Like, I don't even want to be in there. So Franklin, after he goes in there, he go in there to pray for Lindsay. So Franklin decided not to give Pastor Jeff the money unless Rashida disassociate with Naomi. He tells him, I don't understand why Rashida can be affiliated with someone like that. So, but it was okay because you was married to her. You don't understand why this man's wife is affiliated with her, but you was once married to her. And while you was once married to her, she wasn't the devil. She wasn't evil. And then he tells Pastor Jeff, I question you and your wife decision about being friends with Naomi. Pastor Jeff takes that and says, I understand, because you want them. Baby, when I tell you the word said, what they say, what profit a man to would gain the world and lose his soul, that's Pastor Jeff. Anyway, Franklin to me is very abusive. He's financially abusive. He's emotionally abusive. He's all of the things. Manipulative. He's all of the things. So you would think that he treating Lindsay right. Think that he treating Lindsay right. He over there dogging the piss out of Lindsay. Lindsay probably at peace that she in that hospital with them 3rd-degree burns. I'm just saying. So, sorry y'all. Jeff is in a car. They driving back home. He's angry at Rashida because Franklin didn't want to give him the money. She was like, why you blaming me? Because that wasn't going to give you the money anyway. He came there to taunt Naomi and to make her angry. Jeff was like, no, he didn't. Oh, y'all, Jeff is so stupid. So she said, you'll fall for anything. So Jeff was like, she tells Jeff, well, when has Franklin ever gave anything at all? She said he basically came there once again to piss Naomi off. So Jeff then say, okay, well then I'll just see it your way. Rashida said, it's the truth. Like, we seeing this the right way. It's the truth. So he says, so now we're short on a down payment on the building. Well, sir, if you want the down payment, that big house and that car that you have, that's probably a little portion of your down payment. I'm just saying. So, or it could be your down payment. Sell your house and your car and, get your down payment. So he gets out the car door. They finally make it home. He gets out the car door, didn't open the door for her. So she sat in the car and said he didn't. Oh, she got so emotional because I think overall he always makes sure to maybe open the door for her. And so she was like, he didn't open the door for me. He didn't open the door for me, and her emotions. And she just sat in the car, and this is where the episode ended. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I like this show a whole lot. Tyler Perry really be doing it, okay? Y'all can say what you will about the little man, but yeah, okay. It's really not a bad show. It's really not, y'all. Even if you don't watch it, I would just go around there and check it out. All of his stuff is a little different. It's the same, but it's still a little different to me. So anyway, y'all, that was pretty good. I will bring y'all the next one next week. And again, I'm going to try my damnness before the weekend is out to give y'all all the other things that I owe y'all. Know I'll give y'all and just like that tomorrow, as well as BMF. I feel like I'm missing something else, but yeah. Anyway, I will catch y'all in the next video.